LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing Show live. I want to give this message out. Well, first of all, let me give a shout out to 10 Players News. 10 Players. Get all your player needs met at the 10 Players News crew. Go see them today. Hey, that's pretty a catchy commercial title, don't you think? All right, here goes. Let me go ahead and explain something to you guys. Let me explain something to you guys right now. Joe Smith Jr., Coach Shelton Harrison is talking to you. That's right, Joe Smith Jr. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. You see, Joe Smith Jr., you're one of those guys, man. You're a diamond in the rough. And I'm going to call this video a diamond in the rough. You see, Joe Smith Jr., probably your whole career, you probably thought to yourself, you were probably sitting in that boxing gym, you were hitting that speed bag, you were punching that heavy bag, and you were probably sitting there thinking to yourself, will I ever do well enough in the sport of boxing? Will I ever do well enough in the sport of boxing? And see, Joe Smith Jr., you said something to me. You said something to me that kind of resonated with me, and I had to give you a video. You, Joe Smith, you said, I think boxing is going to be my full-time career now. Well, Joe Smith Jr., you got to tell yourself right now. You got to tell yourself that this is a very pivotal moment. And see, Joe, after a big win, Joe, this is the time where a lot of guys like you, they get complacent. And Joe Smith Jr., you can't get complacent. You see, God has put a gift inside of your body. He put a gift inside of your body. And he put a gift, and that gift is perseverance. You see, Joe Smith, you survived the onslaught of Alex Fonfara. You survived that onslaught. God gave you a chin. And Joe Smith Jr., you got to go and work your craft. You got to work your craft. Because, see, Joe, you are a fighter. And you're a good fighter. You're stock raised. But, see, Joe, you can't get in there and get sloppy, man. You can't get in there and get sloppy. You got to go work your craft. This is a craft. And you got to work your craft every day, Joe. You got to get in that gym and you got to die in that gym. And I don't think you understand, man. You got to get in there and die in that gym. You see, the potential is in you. Oh, it's in you. You got loads of potential. It's oozing. Because nobody really knew who you were, Joe Smith, until you beat Fonfara. Nobody. All we know that this was a guy that was ranked number 41st. But you had number 1 ranked in your heart. And that's the difference. That's why you won the fight. It's not because of your superb skill set. It's because of your superb willpower. You got the willpower. You got the willpower of a pit bull. You got great willpower. But Joe Smith, you can't get sloppy. You need to be right back in that gym. You need to be dying, man. You need to be sweating. And you need to be killing yourself to be a great fighter. The tool sets are already there. Because the God himself put those tool sets right in your body. He put them there for you, Joe. He put them there. All you got to do is you got to go put the work in to make these skills a reality. You got to put the work in. Joe, you got to study. You got to study the game. You got to study, man. You got to study because some of your punches you put together, man, you put some great punches together. And some, I can see technical flaws, man. I can see a lot of technical flaws that if you just got in the gym and if you work, man, you put your heart and soul into that gym and you work these technical flaws out, Joe Smith Jr., I can tell you this without a shadow of a doubt. You can be a world champion. It won't be hard for you to be a world champion. But you got to go in and you got to put the work in. You got to wake up every single morning, man. You might be working a regular job, but you got to work up before you go to work. You got to get a workout in before you go to work. You got to get a workout after you get out of work. You got to put the work in, man. You got to put the work in. You are 5,000 hours away from being a world champion, but all you got to do is you got to commit yourself to working 5,000 hours. You got to commit yourself to working 6 to 7 hours a day, even though you have a full-time job. Joe, you got to put the work in. You got to grind. You can't sit back, man, and just wait for that next big fight. Nah, Joe. See, that ain't how it work. That ain't how it work. You got to bleed. You got to die. You got to sweat. You got to do all these things before you can be a world champion. Because nobody just going to hand you a title. Nobody going to give it to you, Joe. Nobody's giving you anything. You're going to have to work to gain respect. You're going to have to work to gain that title. You're going to have to work in that gym. And some days it might not be nobody but just you in that gym. But you gotta be willing to get up day after day and put your shoes on, put your pants on, lace up those gloves. You gotta get in there and spar these guys. You got to get in there, Joe, and do what you got to do to be number one. You gotta do it. See, the blueprint's already been laid. God has already blessed you with the talent. Now you gotta go out and you got to bring that talent to life. The talent lays dormant within your body. It lays dormant. But you can wake it up, Joe. But you gotta put the work in. If your trainer sucks, Joe, you know what you need to do? You need to go study. If you can't afford a decent trainer, man, you need to get in there and you figure out how to make your technique better. Don't wait for some legendary trainer to come into your life. You be the man. You be the man. You get your skill set where it needs to be. You study and you study and you learn and you practice and you practice and you practice until your defense is tight, until your jabs are tight, until everything is tight, Joe. Everything. And if you do these things, Joe, that I speak of, 6 hours a day to your next fight, you'll be one step closer to being a world champion. And Joe, don't you take these words lightly, man. You go and you do what you got to do. But you get up off your butt and you go to that gym when nobody else is in that gym and you work your craft. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harris. I'm done.